started, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that Heather, lovely, lovely Heather, brought up last time that we were talking. And she was talking about the power of one. And Heather, I don't know if you remember, but will you kind of give everyone just a little recap of what you had mentioned on that last phone call?
What I had mentioned was just that it just takes one drop, one drop at a time. That's what sort of reeled me in, was that one drop of that one oil. And bit by bit, I find that with everybody I encounter, that's really all it takes, is that one drop, that one good experience.
Mm-hmm. Completely. I'm not sleeping much anymore in the middle of the night, being a month away from having a baby soon. My body is automatically training me to not sleep. And so I woke up, and all of a sudden your thought came to my mind, that power of one, and that power of one was sharing with people, and how huge it is to the success in this business that we're in. And I wanted to share with you guys a story, and some of you have probably heard it, and maybe some of you haven't, but I'll just give a quick recap of it just in case. It's the story about the starfish, and how a guy is walking down the beach, and there are thousands of starfish all over the beach. So he starts walking, takes a few steps, picks one up, chucks it back in the ocean. Takes a few steps, picks it up, chucks it back in the ocean, and there's a guy walking towards him that's seeing him doing this. And as he passes him, he mentions to him, there's no possible way that you can make a difference. There are thousands of starfish on the beach right now. And the guy took a few steps, picked another one up, and threw it back in the ocean and said, well, I made a difference to that one, so I guess that's enough. And I want you guys to think about that. When we all started our essential oil journey with one drop, one person introduces us to the oils. We have that one aha moment that kind of makes us want to learn more and understand and realize how powerful they are. Can you guys think back to the first person who introduced you to the oils? Like, just shout them out. Just, who was the first person that introduced you?
Leah.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy.
Mom.
And what was the first thing they gave you?
Mom just was in the other room. She's like, what?
It was the trio, huh, Karen?
It was the trio.
Mm-hmm. And Leah, what was it for, not Leah, Heather, what was that Leah gave to you?
It was actually at a class, and the recommendation to me had been balance.
Oh.
And that was the start.
Oh, I love that. And Reese, do you remember what your first one was?
The physician kit.
The whole kit.
Just like you.
I remember that Christmas. So if you think about that one oil, that one sharing, can you imagine your life right now without that? Without ever being introduced to it? No. It seems so crazy to me to even look back at a time when I wasn't using essential oils, because I don't get anxiety anymore over things, because I'm not worried when I hear that my kid's belly hurts, or if I start to feel a little off. I have the tools now at home to do things. It's amazing to even think not having those there with us to begin with. Welcome on, Carly. I thought I heard a sweet little cry there. So I want you guys to kind of just think about those people, because let's take the story a little bit further about that starfish. And I want you guys to think about that. When that starfish gets picked up, thrown back in the ocean, and it falls into the water, what happens is that a ripple gets made. And each one that gets thrown back in, that ripple keeps going out. And that one starfish goes on to influence the ecosystem and future generations and everything that it does inside that ocean. I want you to think about essential oils as we're in these moments of creating those ripples one drop at a time, because that's what happens. We each create those ripples as we share with one person. One person shared with you on this call. How many people have you guys shared with?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot, right? And you even think about the people that you have shared with. Guys, when you get going with oils and you realize that they work, it's hard to keep quiet, even if you weren't doing this as a business. If you went to lunch with a friend and they were complaining about a little head tension, how could you keep your peppermint hidden in your bag and not say anything? Who could do that? They're past tense. You're just going to hoard it and not tell anyone. It's the ripple. It's totally the ripple. And it made me think about it, how just those little ripples make such a difference in people's lives. A few weeks ago, I brought a sample of Console over to a friend who was going through a really hard time. And it was really interesting because even though I've been doing this for so long, I still felt a little like, oh, this might be weird. Oh, well, I'm just going to bring it. I'm meaning it in the best of ways, and I hope that they do better. So I sat and talked with her for a while, and then a few days later, I got a message about how emotionally supporting that oil was for her to get through what she's going through and how much she loved it, and it's what got her out of bed in the morning and to do things. I want you guys to think about that. Have you gotten those messages before? That person told you it worked, or how excited they were, or became an essential oil user for life?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing the ripple you made, that one person, and the difference you made with them. And it all started with one. That one person, that one share. I can tell you guys that on my team alone, I remember when I first started out, it's really crazy, and I don't know why I ended up doing it this way, but I started reaching out to people in Canada, which is, I still don't know why. That's where I ended up starting. And I remember sampling to a Canadian blogger a long time ago, and she had written on her blog post that, oh my gosh, these oils are pretty amazing. I'm even considering maybe selling them. And I had just started, and I was like, whoa, for real? That's how this works? That's how easy this is? And so I remember messaging her and getting her on phone calls, and that one blogger decided to start sharing the oils and touching people's lives. And now her team, 600-700 people, because of one person, one sample shared that went on to ripple. And some of you are on this phone call or will listen to this recorded phone call because of that one person who got sampled to, and it started to ripple. I even think of another girl on my team who's up from Canada, who in just 3 years, she has about 15,000 people, and it grows daily on her team. And it's just, again, that power of sharing. Just one person creates that ripple effect in your business. And that's why they talk about why contacting, getting in front of people's eyes is so important. Because I want you to think of this ripple. Because when you pair this ripple effect with the largest retention rate in the industry, I mean, doTERRA has a 68% retention rate, which means in that year, someone's going to order again. 68% of the people reorder. You have all the makings in this business of a sustainable, authentic, service-driven business. So I want you guys to think about that. My challenge to you guys this week is I want you to think of who you could touch with this amazing gift. Who could be out there waiting for just you, just one person, just you. That's all they need to introduce them. Who's maybe looking for that hope, that one person they're waiting for, or who could even use that financial blessing that comes with sharing this in authentic, heartfelt, business-driven way. And stop hesitating. Because can you imagine if the person who shared with you hesitated? And really, maybe some of them did hesitate, but what if they had never done it? Can you imagine yourself back then when you didn't know about it? And so who are we denying that to by not sharing with them, that one person? And you never know if that one person is going to make all the difference in your business, in their lives, in their families' lives. You never know what that one little ripple can do. So I want you guys to think about that. Who have you been hesitating? And stop. Go for it. think of what's waiting out there just from that one person, that one drop, and the difference it could make for you. This holiday season, I've just been reflecting how really grateful I am for the power of essential oils. Not only does my family have physical health, but I can't tell you just even the financial health in our family, to not have to worry about finances anymore because of essential oils. And I tell you what, I was one of those really hard people to sample to. I mean, my mom has been giving us essential oils since I was a little kid, and I have a thick skull and it just wouldn't come through. I've had my mom sampling to me forever, my sister-in-law giving me samples, and it took me a really long time. But how grateful I am that they didn't give up on me. They knew better than me, because it's made such a big difference. So who's that one person for you? How many lives could you touch with that ripple effect just by sharing one drop? And I wanted to share with you guys, I didn't put it up here, but I have a little mission statement that I keep posted up. I have a few of them, but I want to share with you a line from it. So I was reading over, I was like, yes, this is what Heather talked about, that one person. It says, I do this because every person I help goes on to help another, then another, to help hundreds more, and that changes the world. And that's really what does it. It's just that one person. You've seen it. One person on your team sharing with someone else, and it just starts to duplicate itself. And what a big, huge difference that can make for not only their health, but our lives and our businesses and everything that kind of goes with it. So that is pretty much, that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. How just important it is for just sampling, just getting that ripple effect out. As I was kind of talking, did anything jump out? Any stories or things that you guys have thought of?
One thing, Drew, for me is, this is Reese, that convention, that was the theme this year, was one. And so I felt like the energy from convention and Emily Wright's closing talk, like, it was, I actually even videoed a minute of it, not the whole thing, but her theme was just that, what we're talking about tonight. It's the power of one drop, one home, one person, one family. Like, you have that power to change things for people.
Mm-hmm. You totally do. And sometimes we get frustrated because we think, oh my gosh, one person, this is going so slow. We want this to go faster. What's going on? But guys, it really all is just about one person, one little drop, talking to one person, feeling courageous enough to say something, to tell them about the business, to tell them about using an oil for something. It's pretty incredible what can happen when you just open your mouth, put all the ego aside, and just talk to people because you care about them. So yeah, there's something about when Emily speaks, she just makes everyone in the whole room cry. She's a great lady, and I love being able to kind of watch her. Any other insights anyone wanted to add to tonight? Okay, guys. Awesome. Well, we're going to keep it short and sweet tonight, and really that's what I want your guys' challenge to be this week. Think about it. Think about in your business how grateful you are for who sampled to you, who introduced you to it, and start putting all that aside and really just start sharing with people. Share with them authentically. Share with them because you care, and know that just that one person can make all the difference. And you, being that one person, can make all the difference to someone else. So make sure that you don't let that stop you. I know sometimes it does. It gets hard. So, okay. I'm going to take a picture of our lists. And today, I have the cute little case from Christmas. This is what we're going to be drawing for. And at first I was like, oh, it's really fun and colorful. And then I realized this is going to be the perfect companion to travel with. I'm so excited now because it holds all your roller bottles. And then it holds any oils you want to bring, and it's hard cased. Because I've had a bottle of frankincense bust in my suitcase before because they were so rough with it. And I thought, oh, it'll be fine. I'll slip it in between some clothes. Nothing's going to happen. Oh, no. The whole thing smelled like frankincense for a long, long time. So, okay. Yeah, it was a bad deal.
You're lucky it wasn't Melaleuca.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only sad part is just how expensive frankincense is when it breaks your heart.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get my screen share up. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we're going to screen share this up. And I already took a picture of the side so no one changes in order. So I have on here 1 is Heather, 2 Karen, 3 Carly, and 4 is Charisse. We're going to do 1 through 4. Number 3, Carly.
Woohoo!
Oh, Carly. Serious? I think that's like 2 weeks in a row now.
I think so too.
Yeah, Carly, share the love. No, just kidding.
Jeez.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
You happen to be channeling this random.org, I guess.
Yeah.
It always pops up something different. Okay. Well, cool, you guys. Thank you.
want
for
2 weeks
I
in a row.
remember to get on.
What's that, Karen?
Said when I won, it was 2 weeks in a row too. So
It was.
Um,
I think the
Yeah,
other times I won, it was 2
seems to be
weeks
the
in a
way it
row
is.
too.
I think once you win once, you're channeling those good vibes. So take those good vibes and move them on into the business.
Say hi.
Hello, Miss Kenny. Such a cutie.